It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down his life. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey, from the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana, to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop, and his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down his life. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. March in line, march in line. Hey. Hey.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV and the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It is Thursday night for the Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder Summer Season Week number 10 of 12. Just 3 weeks remaining left in the schedule, and tonight, well, we visit the biggest dirt track we have here on the RAC.com service, USA International Speedway, here in the virtual Lakeland, Florida, for what is the third last round of the season here. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the call. Man, I'm stumbling over everything here this morning, but it's good to have your company here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We are not too far away from rolling into the first of 3 heat races here on the program. A very simple format, no qualifying. So once the practice session is done, once race control deem that the track is good, and looks like that is about to be any second, we'll go into the first of 3 heat races here on the program. 8 laps, top 4. We should make it into the main event, but we know with only 17 drivers here tonight, everyone is going to make the show. No consolation. So after the third heat, there'll be a 3-minute warm-up session where we'll play an ad break and whatnot. And then, of course, we will get into our 30-lap main event. First on the program, it is a small block modified to 358. But for now, heat race number 1, getting set to take to the racetrack. On the pole position, driving car number 5 for Super Dirt Car Series and Venom Racing, it's Isaac Salas. To the outside of the front row, driving car number 11, that's Kelly Wheeler from the second starting position. Second row inside in the Training Wheels Racing car number 39, that is Patrick Spangler to the outside. Driving the dirt track bank, GY6R Ran 218 entry, that is Kurt Schatzer from 4. Then we go back to your third and final row, inside and outside from position number 5, driving the Super Dirt Car Series car number 32 car, Anthony Morano. And on the outside, making up the 6-car field in heat race number 1, driving the Venom Racing Super Dirt Car Series car number 93 entry of Jason Butterfield. So the cars are rolling down the back straightaway right now as we get set for heat race number 1. Salas and Spangler are on the inside row along with Morano. And then you got Wheeler, Schatzer and Butterfield to the outside. Here we go. Heat race number 1, Gambler Motorsports, Thursday Night Thunder, presented by Coast to Coast Racing Network, Catalytic Recovery, Top Notch Trucking, and Flatline Racing Bodies. Here we go, waiting for the green flag to drop on the front straightaway here in USA. 8 laps is on the board. We are green. They roll down the front stretch into turn number 1 and 2. Salas has got the race lead. Wheeler to the outside on Spangler. An outside line getting a good run as Schatz has moved up into the 3rd position. Then you go back to Spangler on the inside of the 39 machine. Then we'll get through the first lap here at USA International Speedway. Again, 3/4 of a mile, 0.75 length in distance. Spangler, Schatzer still go side by side. Schatzer's got the 3rd spot at the exit of turn number 2. But I'll tell you what, Spangler's right there along with Butterfield and Morano. So a nice little tight 6-car field in heat race number 1. Spangler catches the inside wall. Morano has to check up. That'll give Butterfield the 4th spot on the racetrack as now Schatzer goes low down into turn number 1 and 2 on Kelly Wheeler. Wheeler's got the momentum on the top side of the racetrack. Race leader to the left of screen in that number 5 machine, the Super Dirt Car Series Venom Racing entry of Isaac Salas. Wheeler still runs in the runner-up position, closing in on your race leader. These 2 drivers started on the front row, and that's exactly where they're staying at the moment. So with 3 heats, winner will start on pole of the 30-lap feature event. Second place finisher will start outside the 2nd row. And later on in the main event, you want to be starting on the outside line if you're not the pole sitter. So an opportunity right now for one of these 3, make that one of these 6 drivers, although it's a 3-car breakaway. Salas, Wheeler and Schatzer on screen. One of those 3 drivers should start on pole of the 30-lap main event. Butterfield, then you go back to Spangler along with Morano. They all run different lines down into turn number 3 and 4. And the best battle at the moment is for 4th, 5th and 6th. Boy, I'll tell you what, a hit and a shade of 3-1 action through turn number 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Schatzer again tries low on Wheeler. Couldn't complete the pass. So you watch this 2-3 car packs right now for first and third, all the way back to fourth and sixth. Morano tries it deep on Spangler. Meanwhile, Schatzer once again tried the inside there on Kelly Wheeler, couldn't complete it. 1.5 miles to go, 2 laps around USA International Speedway. Still Salas, the race leader, started on pole of your 8-lap heat race, and so far we're about to complete 7 of those 8 laps, meaning that there is only 1 lap left to run. Wheeler's still got the edge in second position. Morano trying to get by Spangler for the 5th and 6th spot. Now we go 3 wide down into turn number 1 and 2. If you don't mind, Butterfield, Spangler and Morano. Butterfield's got the run off turn number 2. Back straight away for the final time, down into 3 and 4. Spangler's going to throw it deep on Butterfield. Up for turn number 4. Isaac Salas will get the win. Second, we're going to Kelly Wheeler. Third is going to be Kurt Schatzer, Jason Butterfield, Patrick Spangler. They will come home 4th and 5th position. Heat race number 1 will finish like this. Salas gets the win from Wheeler. Schatzer, your top 3. Butterfield just holds on by just under half a tenth of a second over Spangler in 5th and Morano in 6th. Heat race number 2 lining up like this on the pole position. Driving the King Race Design Super Dirt Car Series Full Throttle Motorsports entry. That's the 79 of Dean Reynolds. Rolling off out of position number 2 in caliber 200, Jeff Flaro. Your third starter in the 513 entry, that is Jeffrey Barker, to the outside from position number 4, the Super Dirt Car Series Venom Racing caliber 9 of Brian Lawson. And your third and final row inside and outside, driving the number 33 machine of John Morano, will start from position number 5, and driving the KISS 97 Venom Racing entry, that is Butch Baker from 6. I don't know where I got 9 from. So as they roll down the back straight away here at USA International Speedway. Hello, Cody. USA International Speedway for summer season week number 10 of the Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder Series. Reynolds and Flaro. Winner of this one will start outside the front row for your 30-lap main event. A huge night here on Ultimate Dirt TV, but right now we go green for heat race number 2. And it's Reynolds leading the way through that first and second turn. Flaro runs in the runner-up position. Meanwhile, you got Lawson and Barker. Well, I should say Barker and Lawson. Barker on the inside trying to get by Flaro, but Flaro protects that inside line. Butch Baker now on the 97 machine. Just caught up to, got a little rear bumper of the 9 machine of Brian Lawson. Barker, I'll tell you what, Flaro looks like he's starting to gain a whole lot of speed down the back straightaway into turn number 3. He's got to get by the 79 car of Dean Reynolds. He goes to the inside. Reynolds tries to cut it off turn number 4. Tries to cheat the exit, does so. And Dean Reynolds will hold on to the number 1 position. Brian Lawson back in the pits here in heat race number 1. So he's going to start near tail end of the field. And what should be about the 16th starting position in tonight's main. Reynolds and Flaro, the top 2 on screen. Flaro once again to the inside on Reynolds off turn number 4, but it's an outside line that is just too good at the moment. Barker still runs into position number 3. Butch Baker in the KISS 97 finds himself in 4th. John Morano, nice to see John Morano back in the field after taking a lengthy absence with the Coast to Coast Racing League. So John Morano back into that 5th position. Meanwhile, back up front, we're halfway down. 4 down, 4 to go. Flaro goes to the inside. He's got the race lead, but not for long, because here comes Reynolds with a run on the outside once again. Gee, you just got to wonder if Flaro can pull the trigger for a slide job going into 1 and 2. What kind of outcome that may have on the exit of turn number 2. Now Reynolds is going to go down there to protect, and that'll give Flaro the outside line right above the slick off turn number 2. And that King Race Designs Full Throttle Motorsports Super Dirt Car Series Venom Racing entry. Not the Venom Racing, it's the Full Throttle Motorsports. Super Dirt Car Series, Dean Reynolds continues to lead the way. Flaro and Parker, that's your top three. Then you go back to Baker and Morano, your top five, and again with Brian Lawson. In the number 9 machine, back in the pit area. White Fire getting set to fly here at USA. About to complete the first of 2 turns here on the final lap. Just 2 more. 2 turns left through turn number 3. Off for turn number 4. Dean Reynolds will start outside pole position in tonight's main event. Dean Reynolds will get the win from Jeff Floro. Jeffrey Barker home into position number 3. 4th will go to Butch Baker, John Morano and Brian Lawson. As heat race number 2 results up on screen just to confirm: Reynolds, Floro, Barker, Baker, Morano and Lawson. Heat number 3, third and final heat race of the evening. Just 5 cars getting set to take to the racetrack on the pole position. Driving the number Auto Parts, Factory Cane, Curb Records, car number 7 entry of Bob DeGood. Rolling off to the outside of the front row, driving the Catalytic Recovery 518 machine. That is Joseph Grandy from position number 2. Starting position number 3, driving the Dirt Track Bank, GY6RN, car number 31 of Brandon Templeton. And who is outside, driving the 18. Starting from position number 4, that is Logan Wentz. And your 5th and final starter, driving the Fast Eddies, car number 63, Joseph Mosso from 5. Yes, it is huge, Cody. It is. Can we appreciate the support here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network? Big night here on Ultimate Dirt TV. The first of what is 2 big races. So a doubleheader with the Coast to Coast Racing Network, small block modifieds, and then the big block modifieds. Right after that one, just shortly after 9 o'clock Eastern, we're going to be live for the Dirty Old Bastards 360 Knoxville Nationals. D main, C main, B main, and A main. Right now, we go down into turn number 1 and 2. Final heat race for your 358 modifieds, and it's going to be Bob DeGood, who led through the opening turn. Grandy. Here comes Logan Wentz. Everybody keeps it going. Brandon Templeton right there on the inside. Joseph Mosso to the outside, but you've got a challengers up for the race lead. Grandy, I thought he was going to go the slider, but he caught the grass down into turn number 1. Here comes Logan Wentz. Oh no, Logan Wentz gets into the back of DeGood. And Brandon Templeton's going to come out with that one. 4 out of the 5 cars are caught up in a little debacle there on the back straightaway. And Brandon Templeton is going to have a huge lead. Joseph Grandy back in the pit area along with Bob DeGood. Both those cars going upside down. But it was the contact off turn 2 with the 18 car of Logan Wentz. But again, no yellows in heat racing action. No yellows until we get till the feature event. Speaking of Logan Wentz, he's there on screen in the number 18 machine. And you go back to Joseph Mosso in the 63. Just the 3 cars left on the racetrack here at USA International Speedway. Thursday night Gambler Motorsports, Thursday Night Thunder Summer Season Week number 10. And then the following 2 weeks, next week, we'll be at the Cedar Lake Speedway, followed by the sprint car capital of the world, the Knoxville Raceway, for the final week of the season. And what a final couple of weeks it will be. But right now, it is Brandon Templeton with what is 3 laps left to run, 2.25 miles to go. Bob DeGood, you can see coming out onto the racetrack some 3 laps down. Joseph Grandy out of heat race number 3. There's the guy that was leading for the first lap and a half, almost 2 laps of this race, before things took a turn for the worse on the backstretch. Logan Wentz, you see the gap between himself and Brandon Templeton. It is 8.1, 8.2, now jumping up to over 8.5 seconds. To 1.9, nearly 2 second gap. Back to Joseph Mosso in that number 63 machine. but the white flag will fly. Heat race number 3. Here for the 358 modifieds. Templeton navigates his way through turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Final time. After this, we'll take a quick commercial break. Come back with your 30-lap main event. Off for turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. Brandon Templeton will get the win. Bob the Good will come home 4th, 3 laps down. Then you go to Logan Wentz off turn 4. There it is at the start-finish line. Logan Wentz home in 2nd. Bob the Good, Joseph Mosso 3rd. Followed by Bob the Good. Heat race number 3 results coming up on screen. There it is. Brandon Templeton, Logan Wentz, Joseph Mosso, Bob the Good, and Joseph Grady. We'll take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Back in just a few short moments. You're watching Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder Summer Season, week number 10 from USA International Speedway.
How about the reverse for Lucy Olsen? She has her first point.
Yeah, Lucy Olsen, talented sophomore.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV and to the Coast to Coast Racing Network for Gambler Motorsports. Thursday Night Thunder Summer Season, week number 10 here from the USA International Speedway. Brett Wheeler with you for the calls. We get set to take a look right now at your starting grid, and we'll go from the pole position, driving car number 5, it's Isaac Salas, to the outside of the front row, the 79 of Dean Reynolds from 2. Rolling off out of position number 3, driving car number 31, that's Brandon Templeton to the outside from 4. Let's try that one again. There we go. There's your pole sitter. There's your second place starter. From 3 is the 31 of Brandon Templeton. From 4 is the 11 of Kelly Wheeler. From 5 is the 200 of Jeff Flaro. From 6 is the 18 of Logan Wentz. From 7 is the 218 of Kurt Schatzer. From 8 is the 513 of Jeffrey Barker. From 9 is the 63 of Joseph Mosso. From 10 is the 93 of Jason Butterfield. From 11 it's the 97 of Butch Baker. From 12 it's the 7 of Bob DeGood. From 13 the 39 of Patrick Spangler. From 14 the 33 of John Morano. From 15 the 518 of Joseph Grandy. From 16 the 32 of Anthony Morano. And from 17 the 9 of Brian Lawson. So hopefully we are ready for a start in your main event. Safety car will stay on the racetrack, so we will send him around one more time here at USA. Again, we appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in here to Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. For your Gambler Motorsports, Thursday Night Thunder Summer Season, week number 10. Just 2 weeks left in the season after tonight. Cedar Lake Speedway next week, and followed by the sprint car capital of the world, the Knoxville Raceway, for the final week. Again, we appreciate everybody's support throughout the course of the season. And whether you've been on Ultimate Dirt TV or whether you've been on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, 22 divisions, 11 broadcasted divisions here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network throughout the week. There is a lot of action. Check out Coast to Coast Racing on the World Wide Web on the web at www.c2crl.com. 30 laps on the board. Summer season, week number 10. Let's get dirty for 30 here at USA International Speedway. Salas and Reynolds will lead the field down through turn number 1 and 2. Salas is on the inside. Reynolds to the outside. They drag race literally down the back straight away. Salas has got the inside line to work on a treat right now. Brandon Templeton to the inside on Kelly Wheeler. Oh no, Brandon Templeton off the racetrack and around. We will stay green because he's off the racing surface. Templeton is now going to be stuck deep in 16th position. Joseph Grandy was the one car that didn't make it in tonight's 17 car field, leaving 16 cars on the racetrack. There is yellow on the raceway. Jason Butterfield, let's take a look at what happened here. Oh, he just caught the wall. He caught the wall and then stopped there down into turns 3. And with Brandon Templeton coming, that forces iRacing to throw the yellow. So, that yellow, good for the 31 of Brandon Templeton. As the 93 of Jason Butterfield is going to find his way back to the pits. He will get the quick repair, get basically a fresh race car. So still turn to green here at USA International Speedway. Lights are still on the Steve King Foundation safety car. So as we still wait for this field. Oh, in fact, the lights are out, so we are going back to green. So big night of racing here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Safety car is in. Isaac Salas stomps the throttle. We go back racing, and Dean Reynolds, boy, I tell you what, good start from Reynolds. Again, he's going to try the high line down into turn number 1 and 2, but it's going to be Isaac Salas with the run. Now Reynolds, I thought he might have tried to cut it back underneath him, but no, he's just caught the wall. Now they go nearly 3 wide down into the 3rd and 4th turn. Logan Wentz finds himself in a position number 2, but not for long because Jeff Flower and both Dean Reynolds. Oh, look out, Kelly Wheeler catching the wall. Brian Lawson trying to come through. John Morano, Kelly Wheeler into the wall. Look at this, 3 wide of the back. Butterfield, Morano, that's John Morano and Templeton. Oh boy. They somehow keep it going, everybody. Well, there's a lot of contact at the moment in the opening couple of laps. Schatzer trying to come through on the grass, going to give up a handful of positions right there. Anthony Morano in the 32 to the outside of the 63 of Joseph Mosso. That's your battle for 8th and 9th position. Now Brian Lawson in 10th position in that Super Dirt Car Series Venom Racing car number 9 machine. Spangler all over the back of the 97 car, the Kiss 97 of Butch Baker. That's to try and get inside the top 5, and right now Butch Baker has position number 5. Salah still your race leader from Jeff Flaro. Dean Reynolds in 2nd and 3rd position. Here comes the 39 of Spangler down to the inside of Baker into turns 3 and 4, and Baker trying to get around on the outside. Spangler drifts up the racetrack. Spangler move him to position number 5. Meanwhile, there's a challenge on for 2nd and 3rd. Reynolds to the inside. On Flaro, they work off turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Side by side down into turn number 3 and 4. Flaro tries to pinch the 79 car of Dean Reynolds down the racetrack on the entry into 3. At the line, half a car length separating Jeff Flaro and Dean Reynolds. Flaro had the 2nd spot. Reynolds back there in the 3rd spot. You see Logan Wench just to the right of your screen in 4th position in car number 18. Spangler in 5th. Baker, Morano, that's Anthony Morano, Jeffrey Barker, Joseph Mosso, Brian Lawson. Your top 10. Then you go back to DeGood, Templeton, Butterfield, John Morano, and Kelly Wheeler. Kurt Schatzer back in the pit area. Baker in the 97 machine. Then you go back to Anthony Morano, the 32 on screen, just to the right of your screen. Now going out of screen was the 513 car of Jeffrey Barker. Reynolds has now got the runner-up position with a beautiful move off turn number 4 from the low side of the racetrack. Salas leads by 8/10 of a second. It's just under 8/10 of a second now. There it goes. 8, 9 tenths. Just creeps up over the 1 second mark. 10 down. 20 laps to go here at USA International Speedway. For your Gambler Motorsports, Thursday Night Thunder Summer Season Week number 10. Huge thanks to Catalytic Recovery, Top Notch Trucking and Flatline Racing Bodies for their support with the Coast to Coast Racing Network and everybody involved that makes the wheels turn here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network and Coast to Coast Racing League. The first of 3 here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Logan Wentz tried to go to the inside on Spangler. Spangler looking to the outside. Moves Spangler up to position number 4. Wentz will go back to that 5th spot. And now Patrick Spangler in the 39 machine. Starting to find a rhythm right now. Finding a line that is working for him. And now looking to come after a podium position. Baker, Barker, and Mosso, along with Anthony Morano, leading the first of that 4-car pack right now. But your race on screen, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th position right now. Flaro, Spangler, and Wentz. Lawson trying to come through the field. We're looking at your top 3 drivers that have passed the most cars. Patrick Spangler has passed 9, Anthony Morano has passed 9, and Brian Lawson has passed 6. So we already see some big movers and shakers through this field. Who is going to come out with the hard charger? Boy, I tell you what, once again, they go down to 1 and 2. Barker putting the pressure and applying the heat to the 97 of Butch Baker. Joseph Mosso there with him as well. Spangler, Wentz, here comes Anthony Morano down to the inside on Logan Wentz. Morano, that is Anthony Morano, looking for a top 5. Goes to the top into turn number 1 and 2 at that stage. We are halfway home, 15 down and 15 to run. Spangler, all sorts of drive on the entry down into turn number 3. He really catches up to the back of the 200 machine of Jeff Flaro, but Flaro just a little bit better on the exit of turn number 4. So we loses a bit of speed on the entry into the turn, but the exit speed that he gets. Spangler made the mistake. Wentz and Morano. Wentz and Morano go side by side. Wentz has still got the fifth spot at the moment. Morano now dives down into 1 and 2 now. To the low side he goes. Wentz back to the outside. Still roughly around a 1 second lead for Isaac Salas over Dean Reynolds. Morano and Wentz wheel to wheel through 3 and 4. Morano right through the slick. That is Anthony Morano. In that number 32 machine, Logan Wentz again drifts it upstairs into turn number 1 and 2, right up in the fluffy stuff. Who's going to get it off turn number 2? It's going to be Logan Wentz, still holding on to the 5th spot. Oh, he tagged the wall, and now he's up into the wall trying to 50-50. Tony Hawk it. He will now go back to what is position number 8 or 9, as he's now going to battle with the 63 car of Joseph Musso. Meanwhile, Anthony Morano trying to close in on Spangler down the back straight away. At the line, your race leader, 10 laps left to run. 20 complete here at USA International Speedway. Just the one caution so far in this main event. Are we going to see more? Only time will tell. 15 cars still circulating on the racetrack. The only car to find themselves back in the pits from the 16 cars that we had started is Kurt Schatzer. Spangler and Morano again. Boy, I tell you what, they're close. And now that 2-car battle catches up to the back of the 200 machines, and now you got a 3-car battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th position. They find themselves nose to tail down the back straight away, running a couple of different lines. Morano and Flower run the low side through 3 and 4. Spangler runs the outside of the racetrack. One more lap into the books. And now we've got a heat race distance left to go in your main event. In your 358 modified portion of the night here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Don't forget Big Block Modifieds, followed by the NASCAR Next Gen Cup Series to wrap up the night. Parker, Baker, Mosso, they battle it out right now down the front straightaway, and Brian Lawson. So the 4-car pack right now. Bob DeGood just to the right of your screen. He might be able to picture right now, but I'll tell you what, he's close. But he's got to find a way if he wants to gain some more positions. Right now sitting in the 10th position at the moment. Baker on the outside of Mosso. Barker leading the first of 4 cars that are battling it out for positions number 6, 7, 8 and 9. But it is Baker and Mosso that have got themselves stuck in a side-by-side battle one more time. 5 to go. For your race leader, he has got a 2-second lead over Isaac Salas. Spangler, Morano and Flaro once again. They fight it out for the final spot on the podium. Anthony Morano. Boy, here he comes. Morano in the 32. He is past 10, making 11 cars once he gets by Patrick Spangler and Morano. Look at these two guys. They've passed the most cars. They've passed between them. They have passed 19 cars. Morano has gone from 15th to position number 4. Spangler, he's gone from 13th to 5th. 3 to go at the line for your race leader, Isaac Salas, as he works down the front stretch into turn number 1. Dean Reynolds still holds on to the runner-up position. 3 more circuits around USA. Oh boy, Morano nearly got in the back of Flora. He had to hit the brakes, and Spangler done the same thing. He hit the brakes as well. So that could have got a little nasty there into 1 and 2. Put your popsicle sticks around. 2 laps left to go for your race leader of Isaac Salas. Dean Reynolds driving the King Race Designs Full Throttle Motorsports Super Nerd Car Series number 79 machine, looking for a solid night here at the USA International Speedway. He's got a lot of racing to do tonight. White flag is out. Final time. Let's go that one. through turn number 1 and 2. You see the Venom Racing Super Nerd Car Series number 5 finding his way down the back straight away for the final time here at USA International Speedway. Gambler Motorsports 358 Modifieds here at the USA International Speedway. Off turn number 4, Isaac Salas will win. Second will go to Dean Reynolds. Third up the line is going to be Jeff Flarrow. Fourth will go to Anthony Morano. Fifth is going to be Patrick Spangler. Jeffrey Barker, Joseph Fosso, Brian Lawson, Butch Baker, and Bob DeGood make up your top 10. Brandon Templeton in 10th, Bob DeGood 11th, Logan Wentz, Jason Butterfield, John Morano, Kelly Wheeler, and Kurt Schatzer. Let's take a look at those official results just to confirm Isaac Salas gets the win ahead of Dean Reynolds, and Jeff Flarrow will talk to those top 3 in just a few moments' time. Fourth is going to go to Anthony Morano. Fifth is going to be Patrick Spangler. Those 2 guys. Morano passing 12 cars. Spangler passing 8. Barker will come home 6th. That's Jeffrey Barker. Joseph Mosso in 7th. Brian Lawson from 17th up to position number 8. That is plus 9 on the night. Butch Baker home in 9th. Brandon Templeton makes up your top 10. Then we go over the page. Bob DeGood in 11th. Logan Wentz 12th. 13th is Jason Butterfield. 14th, John Morano. 15th, Kelly Wheeler. Kurt Schatzer home in 16th position with Joseph Grady not taking the field here in your main event. We'll go trackside right now. We wait for the top 3 to find their way out of the virtual race cars. And then we're going to chat to those top 3. But oh, there we go. We are ready to go. So home in 3rd place tonight, driving the 200 machine, it is Jeff Flarrow. Jeff, congratulations on the 3rd place run here tonight. 1 caution so far in that 30-lap main event. You must be happy with how the night finished off there.
Oh yes, for sure I am. I've had lots of heat in the mirrors, and I don't think I had anything for the guys ahead of me.
And just 1 caution in this main event here tonight. Was that something that you were expecting here tonight?
Actually, I probably wasn't. That's actually pretty good. Some good racing there.
Mate, what do you take from this one, knowing that the big blocks are up next? Do you learn anything from here from the 358s to apply to the big blocks?
Well, I'm gonna have to watch my tires. I think that'll be a factor, but a lot similar, I think, because it's a big track.
Jeff, congratulations on the 3rd place. Before we let you go, any sponsors, any shout-outs you want to give?
Oh, yeah. I'd like to give a shout-out to you Broadcasting, Roger and his team, my uncle Doug McNish for cheering me on, and Speaking Speedway.
Jeff, well done on 3rd. We'll see you back in the Big Block Modifieds very shortly.
Thank you.
Jeff Flarrow home in position number 3. Home in the runner-up spot here tonight. And well, he makes it 1 for 1 here on the podium, driving the King Race Designs number 79 machine. Dean Reynolds. Dean, good start to the night. Heat race win. 2nd spot in the 358 modified. So I think you're starting to get accustomed to the post-race interviews.
Brett, I can do this all along. Before we we're talking about the Brett Wheeler jinx, and now, we're getting a little good string going here. Starting position does help here at USA, but had a good car. Isaac, though, we said this before. Isaac is the guy to beat when it comes to 358s and big blocks. So when you finish second to him, I'm okay with that. That's why the Super Dirt Car Series is on his car, because he'll get me a little bit of airtime. And no, it was fun. I thought I gave it away there by hitting the backstretch wall, and then Jeff Flarrow got me, and then Kelly Wheeler was coming, and Logan Wentz, and I'm like, oh crap! And then we got her going again, stayed in 3rd, and then Jeff got into the wall a little bit, so we got 2nd back, and I was trying different lanes, trying different entrances, trying different exits, but Isaac's just a better driver.
What's so difficult around this racetrack, knowing that, it's the longest track we have on the service. What is it about this racetrack that can be a little difficult?
Well, I think it's all an entry and exit because you do carry so much speed here, Brett, as you know, and with a modified, it's not like a sprint car. Sprint car, you can basically hold the foot down and just drive her in hard and it will stick because of the wing. But even with the 358, you're going in hard, but then you're feathering it in the middle. And we're going to be doing a lot more of that with the big block. It's all about not getting too sideways in the corners and then not spinning the wheels coming off. And, I was doing that a little bit. And plus I ran the matinee today, and we noticed that after we got done with 30 laps, our tires were down to like 62%. So there's a lot of tire wear at this track.
Well, something to keep an eye on, especially when it comes to the big block modifieds coming up next. But, Dean, congratulations on the runner-up finish. Before we let you go, of course, sponsors, shout-outs, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes this happen for you in the 79 car?
Got to say thanks to the guys from Full Throttle Motorsports, Gunnar Swancher and Swan Speed Shop. All those guys. Also got to thank Team Venom. They have me in the Discord there, and we have a lot of fun. And I got to thank for Isaac Salas, because Isaac was my roommate for 8 nights in Iowa. So we got to talk a lot and spend some time with him. We had a lot of fun, and we had a lot of fun meeting the whole entire Coast to Coast gang, as you saw on the Facebook page. There was like 15 of us that went out to Knoxville. We had a ball, and it's really a pleasure to be in this league and then meet everybody, meet Roger and the whole gang. So that's really cool. And Brett, thanks to you for doing the telecast. We're going to be doing a big block, and then I'll be doing a 360 with you later as well. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Well, a lot of racing for you here tonight. But, Dean, congratulations on the runner-up finish.
Thanks, man.
There we go, Dean Reynolds home in second spot. Home in first place tonight. Well, it's the perfect night from picking up the Heat Race 1 victory all the way to leading all 30 laps of this main event. Isaac Salas gets the job done here tonight. Isaac, congratulations. As I just said, it's a perfect night to start off the first of 2 races here with the Coast to Coast Racing Network. And, well, 30 laps. At the end of the day, you're the man to beat, and you get the job done.
Yeah, man, that was pretty fun. It was a little technical. I don't know really what Dean was running or Flair. I know that they were battling behind me for a little bit there. But yeah, I was just trying to hit my lines, and it was fun. It was technical.
Mate, when you get out in front, like the gap that you had, whether it was 1 second, 2 second gap, no matter what it been, when you're running laps out there by yourself, what do you tend to focus on?
I think just the big thing is just kind of hitting your line. Like when I focus on personally is I love focusing on entries, because if I don't go far enough, I can get on the gas a little bit more to shallow it out or come out a little bit more to kind of stay where I need to be. And when the track's that slick, man, I think that's my favorite part about racing, is just when it's super slick and you got to be super technical. And yeah, man, just be very cognizant of what kind of inputs you're putting in your car.
Talk us through the differences of getting into turn 1 compared to turn 3, because as I was sort of just showing here on the replay, when you get into turn 1, if you get up over the grass, that can really unsettle your race car. You don't have that going into turn 3. What are the main differences of trying to get those cars settled to run the bottom perfectly like you do?
Yeah, well, turn 3 is there's a wall, so I think my biggest concern is not hitting that thing. And I mean, if you put your left front right on the edge of that grass, it actually does help a little bit. I mean, it's probably nothing in all actuality, but for me, it's a marker that I kind of try to just aim for, and it really sets up. It just really sets up where I want to be on the track, and I think that's how I focus about it. There's a little bit of tack that was coming out of 2, and if you were just patient enough to actually wait that extra second or so, you wouldn't get any wheel spin coming out of 2, and yeah, it might have been worth, I don't know, half a tenth, maybe a tenth in 3 laps, I don't know, but it was just something small that I kind of realized that I think I was doing really well.
Well, Isaac, congratulations on the win here in the 358 modified portion of the Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder Summer Season Week number 10 here at USA. Before we let you go, of course, we're giving an opportunity to thank everybody involved on this number 5 machine.
Yeah, absolutely. Big shout out to all those guys who were Venom Racing, man. They're supportive as all hell. Thanks to Dean, the Super Dirt Car Series. It's always fun to get to battle the boss every once in a while, I'll tell you that. Thanks to my Gramps, Top Notch Truckin'. Thanks to everybody here in Coast to Coast. Mission 22 for everything that they do for our veterans. Got Your 6 Racing Network. I mean, there's a laundry list I feel like I go through every single time, and they really do help me out a lot. So just like Magnum Race Designs, RSN Trackside, everybody here in Coast to Coast, man, we had that Knoxville meetup, and it was an absolute blast. It was a pleasure to get to meet everybody and get to hang out. And thank you for the broadcast, man. I love watching you broadcast, or I just love getting to talk to you. It's so much fun. And then yeah, I mean, other than that, just thanks to like my friends and my family.
Isaac, well done on the win. We'll see you back in the big block modifieds very shortly.
Awesome, thank you, buddy.
There we go. Isaac Sellers, your winner here tonight from the USA International Speedway. The 358 modified portion of the evening done and dusted. Well, it's time we go racing for the big block modifieds here in just a few short moments. So with that being said, we are going to take a break here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Come back and also take a break here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We'll take a short break. We're going to get ready for your big block modifieds up next on the second of 3 races here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network and here on Ultimate Dirt TV, our final one for this Thursday night with Coast to Coast before we get ready for what is going to be a huge night. We'll have 360 winged sprint cars later on in the program, but for now, we'll take a short break. On the other side of this, you're watching the Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder Summer Season Week number 10.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
For Lucy Olsen, she has her first point. Yeah, Lucy Olsen, talented sophomore.
And we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV coverage of the Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder Summer Season. What is week number 10 of 12 tonight? Yes, we are here in Lakeland, Florida for week number 10 as we get set. We're not too far away from rolling into heat race number 1. A field of 18 drivers have signed into the pit area for the big block modifieds. And then after the big block modifieds, it will be time to go NASCAR Next Gen Cup Series Racing. I've got no idea where that's going to be at, but you can catch all the action live here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. As again, we get set, heat race number 1, not too far away. Of course, we just seen the 358 modifieds where it was Isaac Salas who got the win over Dean Reynolds, who came home in second spot. And to round out the podium was the 200 of Jeff Flaro. And well, it's nice to say that all three of those drivers, they've found their way back. They've unloaded, or they've loaded up the 358 modifieds. They've unloaded the big block modifieds, and we are ready. We are ready on the other side of this in just a few short moments to go heat racing action. With that being said, we're just quickly going to step aside for about 30 seconds. We'll play one quick commercial break. Come back with hopefully heat race number 1 not too far away. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage of the Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It is time now. Heat race number 1 of the big block modified, starting on the pole position with the 181 car of Jeffrey Kemper. To the outside of the front row, the 11 of Kelly Wheeler from 2. From position number 3 with the 32 car of Anthony Morano. From 4 with the 7 of Bob DeGood. And your third and final row inside from position number 5, driving the 218 machine, that is Kurt Schatzer. And from position number 6, doing it the hard way here in the big block competition. He won the 358 modified. It's the Super Dirt Car Series Venom Racing, car number 5, Isaac Salas from position number 6. Cars are already on the racing surface here at USA International Speedway. Kemper and Wheeler on the front row. Safety car will come in. And again, we get ready for the first of 3 heat races here on the program before we have a 3-minute warm-up session and then our 30-lap main event. So far, the 1 caution in the main event for the 358 modifieds. Let's hope that we can get a similar sort of program here tonight in the big blocks. The track is, well, it's a lot fresher than what we've seen in the 358 modifieds. Heat race number 1 is underway. Jeffrey Kemper got a good launch down the front straightaway. Kelly Wheeler got a little tight there in the turn number 1. That allowed Morano to move to position number 2. Schatzer looking to find his way up into position number 3. Schatzer, Wheeler, side by side through 3 and 4 with that inside line. Oh, look out! Schatzer and Wheeler too close to call the start-finish line. So we just know that Jeffrey Kemper is leading the way from Anthony Morano. Schatzer now in 3rd position. 4th is Wheeler. Then you go back to the 5 of Isaac Salas into position number 5. Now looking to the low side. Challengers on for the race lead. Oh boy, Morano. He tagged the back of Kemper. Wheeler going to get shuffled back to position number 6. Morano back to 4th as Salas tries to come after the runner-up driver right now. That's the 218 of Kurt Schatzer. Kemper still leading the way here in heat race number 1, your big block modifieds. The second of 3 races here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. The NASCAR Next Gen Cup Series. The Cup cars will be up for the final race here on this Thursday night for summer season week number 10 of 12. Halfway home in heat race number 1, 4 down, 4 to run. for Jeffrey Kemper. 3/10 of a second lead over Kurt Schatzer, although Schatzer closed in just a little bit right now, down into 1 and 2. Isaac Salas just to the right of your screen in 3rd position. Remember, Salas started in 6th. Got a little bit lucky towards the start of the opening couple of laps of heat number 1. Kemper with 3 to go. Schatzer, Kemper just opening up the middle part of the racetrack into 1 and 2, leaving that inside line open for Kurt Schatzer. But even if I think Schatzer, I don't think he's going to have enough to get by Jeffrey Kemper. If Kemper can just keep it nice and straight through the middle of the racetrack, he's going to be very tough to beat because he carries a little bit more exit speed than what the guys are running down on the low side. Speaking of running low, Schatzer once again, you just seen Isaac Salas got a little tight through turn number 1 and 2. Salas with a big run down into 3, and boy, I tell you what, he nearly drove through the back of the 218 machine of Kurt Schatzer, and that could have been disastrous. White flag is out, 1 lap left to run. Who will start on pole of the 30-lap main event? We go down the back straight away for the final time. High above the racetrack, down into 3 and 4. Kemper will protect the low side. Off for turn number 4 we go. Checkers around. Jeffrey Kemper gets the win. Kurt Schatzer home in 2nd. Isaac Salas 3rd. 4th is going to go to Anthony Morano. 5th will be Kelly Wheeler, and Bob DeGood will come home into position number 6. Let's take a look at those results just to make sure. No post-race penalties, none whatsoever. Kemper, Schatzer, Salas, Morano, Wheeler, and DeGood. Heat number 2, cars lining up on the infield right now behind the racing.com pace truck. On the pole position, driving the KISS 97 car, on pole position for Venom Racing, it is Butch Baker. To the outside of the front row, driving car number 161 from position number 2, Terry Landis. Second row inside for Venom Racing, it is the 93 of Jason Butterfield. To the outside from position number 4, driving the 011, if that is Randall Dixon. And we go back to the third row, your 5th and 6th starters inside from position number 5, driving car number 72, rut row, it's the Scooby-Doo machine of Zach Chapman. And to the outside, scheduled to line up at a position number 6, driving the Training Wheels Racing car number 39 entry, that is Patrick Spengler. I believe we are just waiting on one car, and that is the 39 of Patrick Spengler here on the front straightaway. He, in fact, will not make the call for heat race number 2, so that will put just 5 cars for the second heat race of the night for the Big Block Modifieds. So as the field makes their way down the back straightaway behind the racing.com, or the Steve King Foundation safety car, I should say. Safety car will come in field, which means we are ready to go racing. Heat race number 2. 5 cars, 8 laps. Green flag is out here at USA International Speedway. 8 times around this 3/4 of a mile. Landis gets into the back of Zach Chapman, who has found his way from 5th to position number 3 there in the opening 2 turns. Landis and Dixon go at it side by side for 4th and 5th. Butch Baker in the 97 will lead the opening lap. Baker down the back straight away, nearly half a second lead over the 93 car of Jason Butterfield, winner of heat number 2. Will start outside pole position of tonight's main event. Meanwhile, Dixon and Landis, well, for the opening 2 laps, although they started nose to tail from 2nd and 4th, they found themselves quickly in a side-by-side battle for what has been 2.5 laps so far of heat race number 2, although Dixon just looks to get the better of the run down the back stretch. Now we go down the front straightaway. Landis will go back to position number 5. Dixon will go to 4th. Chapman has quickly gone to third. He done that on the opening turn, on the opening lap. Meanwhile, Butterfield finds himself in the runner-up position. Second place finisher will start fifth in tonight's 30-lap main event. So we're already halfway home. We're now going to be 5 down and 3 to run. Here in what is heat race number 2, your Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder Summer Season Week number 10. Live on Ultimate Dirt TV, live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network again. As I said earlier on in the telecast. Just 2 more weeks after this one. Cedar Lake next week, followed by the Knoxville Raceway to cap off this season. And it's been a hell of a season so far. And I thank everybody at the Coast to Coast and everybody behind the scenes that has made this possible for me, for myself, on Ultimate Dirt TV to come back here and bring you all the action each and every Thursday night. Coming to the white flag, Butch Baker in car number 97, continuing to lead the way from the 93 of Jason Butterfield. In second spot, Zach Chapman. In third in car 72, Randall Dixon. Fourth in the 011, along with Terry Landis in position number 5, driving the 161 machine. Baker's going to make his way into turn number 3. Off for turn number 4. Checkered flag is out from behind the R-Racing flagman. Heat number 2 is done and dusted. It is in the books. We take a look at the official results coming up on screen. There it is, Butch Baker with the win. Jason Butterfield second. Zach Chapman third. Randall Dixon fourth. Fifth is going to go to Terry Landis. Of course, we know Patrick Spangler did not take the grid in heat race number 2. Essentially coming home in position number 6. Final heat race of the evening for the dirt side of things here with the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Heat number 3 lining up like this. Dean Reynolds, second from the 358 Modifieds, driving the King Race Design Super Dirt Car Series Full Throttle Motorsports. 79 will start on pole. He's outside driving the Venom Racing Super Dirt Car Series number 9 of Brian Lawson from position number 2. From position number 3, he was third in your 358 Modified, driving the 200 machine. That is Jeff Flaro from 3 to the outside, driving the dirt track back GY6RN. Car number 31, Brandon Templeton from 4. Driving the 513, the Mega Plumbing, Bill Steen. Number 513 from 5, it's going to be Jeffrey Barker. And from 6, driving the AMR. Car number 007, Michael Vecchio from position number 6. They're waiting for the Steve King Foundation safety car to make its way infield, and then we are ready for a start here at USA International Speedway. Heat race number 3 about to start. We wait for Barter, the R-Racing flagman, to wave the green flag. The cars go up. The green flag drops, the BS stops, and we are underway. Reynolds trying to get his second heat race win of the night. He's going to lead down the back straight away. Lawson runs in second position. Flaro, Templeton, they go side by side. Templeton's way upstairs. Drifting it all the way right into the greasy stuff off turn number 4. Reynolds leads the opening lap. Lawson close. Templeton now to position number 3 on the outside of Flaro. Meanwhile, Lawson coming back after Reynolds for the race lead. Battle is on between Flaro and Templeton down into 3 and 4. One more time again. Templeton, he has to drive it a little higher, a little deeper down into 3 and 4. And he loses a bit of ground now. He looks to cut down to the inside. Meanwhile, speaking of cutting down to the inside, Brian Lawson, Flaro gets a little tight there just to the right of your screen. Flaro's now going to open up the door for Brandon Templeton. This time it's Templeton to go to the inside down into 3. Off for turn number 4. He almost slid up there into the left side of the 200 machine of Jeff Flaro. Meanwhile, Dean Reynolds continues to lead the way. At the completion of this lap, it is going to be halfway home, so the cross flag stick's about to come out for that King Race Designs car number 79 machine of Dean Reynolds in your top 5, almost to tail through the 3rd and 4th turn. 4 down, 4 to run. for Reynolds, Lawson, Floro, Templeton, Barker, and Vecchio. That's your 6 drivers for what is the third and final heat race of the night. Get a huge thanks to Catalytic Recovery, Top Notch Trucking, and Flatline Racing Bodies, along with Gambler Motorsports, with the Thursday Night Thunder Summer Season. And tonight, like I said, week number 10 of 12. Cedar Lake and Knoxville Raceway to wrap up this season, and a wonderful season it has been. Templeton closes in there on Lawson into 3 and 4. Popsicle sticks around 2 to run, tip of the green. Lawson has got some company right now. The Dirt Track Banks GY6RN car number 31 car of Brandon Templeton. To the outside, Templeton goes into turn number 3 and 4. Will he get the run off turn number 4? Not quite just yet. One flag is out. 1 lap left to run. Here in heat race number 3 for Dean Reynolds. He's gotten through the first and second turn. Smooth as a baby's bottom right now. Down the back straight away. Into corner number 3, off of corner number 4. Checkered flag is out. Dean Reynolds, 2 for 2 on the night when it comes to heat racing action. Dean Reynolds will win heat race number 3. Brian Lawson comes home in second spot. Brandon Templeton third. Fourth at the line is going to be Jeffrey Parker. Fifth will go to Michael Vecchio, and Jeff Flaro will come home in position number 6. No consolation races, straight into tonight's warm-up. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. And on the other side of this quick little commercial break, your 30-lap main event up next.
How about the reverse for Lucy Olsen? She has her first point. Yeah, Lucy Olsen, talented sophomore.
And we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network for your Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder Summer Season. Week number 10 here from the USA International Speedway. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the call as we get set right now to take a look at your A-main starting grid. Starting on the pole position, driving the 181 machine, that is Jeffrey Kemper. To the outside of the front row, the 97 of Butch Baker from position number 2. We go back to row number 2 inside. From position number 3, driving the King Race Designs Super Dirt Car Series Full Throttle Motorsports entry, that is Dean Reynolds. And from position number 4, driving the Dirt Track Banks GY6RN, car number 218 from 4, that is Kurt Schatzer. Next on the raceway, on the third row to the inside, from Venom Racing and Super Dirt Car Series, driving car number 93, Jason Butterfield from position number 5. From position number 6, Super Dirt Car Series, Venom Racing number 9, that's Brian Lawson from 6.
Here we go with the catalytic recovery, 30 lap.
From position number 7, driving the Super Dirt Car Series, Venom Racing number 5, and that is Isaac Salas from 8, driving the 72 machine, the Scooby-Doo entry of Zach Chapman. From position number 9, it's the 31 of Brandon Templeton. From 10, it's the 32 of Anthony Morano. From 11, the 11 of Randall Dixon. From 12, the 513 of Jeffrey Barker. From 13, the 11 of Kelly Wheeler. From 14, the 161 of Terry Landis. From 15, the 007 Michael Vecchia. From 16, the 7 of Bob DeGood. From 17, the 39 of Patrick Spangler. From 18, the 200 of Jeff Flaro. They've just been given the 1 to go signal right now from Barney, the iRacing flagman. Who will take out the big block modified portion of the evening. Safety car goes infield. Ladies and gentlemen, big block modifieds here at USA. Kemper and Baker on the front row. Let's get dirty for 30 here at USA. It'll be Kemper to lead down through the first and second turn. Baker runs in second. Schatzer now has quickly made his way to position number 3. Reynolds back to 4th. Lawson back in 5th position. 3 wide with Butterfield and Salas. 3 wide off turn number 4, if you don't mind. How do you do? How do you like the opening lap here at USA International Speedway? They dip, dodge, dive, duck all the way through turn number 1 and 2. They dive high, they dive low. They drive through the middle. They go every which way possible. Butterfield is now up to position number 5. He gets by the 9 car of Lawson. Look at Morano. Boy, Morano with a whole head of steam there through 3 and 4. 3 wide, Lawson, Butterfield, and Salas once again. Although it's Lawson and Butterfield continuing to go side by side at the midway point of the back straightaway. Salas can only watch this battle unfold. Chapman, I thought he may have caught the inside wall just a little outside, or just inside the top 10. Salas to the outside on Butterfield. Now Morano coming after the 93 car of Jason Butterfield. Anthony Morano in the 32, and we are yellow. Zach Chapman, Brandon Templeton involved in this one. Oh, Templeton just gets Chapman. Jeffrey Barker involved as well. But there is the first yellow of what is your main event. And a reminder, we only had just the 1 yellow in the 358. We had a very similar sort of field of 17 drivers. Patrick Spangler not making the call here tonight. Biggest movers through the field so far. Jeff Flower up 5. Terry Landis plus 4. Jeffrey Barker plus 3. So what will happen for the remainder of this main event? We wait for the lights to go out on the safety car. So they stay on the Steve King Foundation safety car. So Jeffrey Kemper looking to do what Isaac Salas did in the 358 modifieds just a little over 30 minutes ago. Maybe 40. Somewhere around there. Don't forget, Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage not done with tonight. Make sure you follow the social media page of Ultimate Dirt TV if you want to keep up to date with what we've got going on throughout the week, but also more importantly over the next 7 or 8 nights of racing. But for tonight, for the people that are watching live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, NASCAR Next Gen Cup Series still to come after the Big Block Modified 30-lap main event. Lights are out. Jeffrey Kemper has the field at his command. The 97 of Baker on the outside of the front row. Kurt Schatzer inside second row. Dean Reynolds outside the second row. Then you go back to Brian Lawson and Jason Butterfield. 4 down, 26 to go. Ready for Kemper to get on the throttle, and that he does. We are underway once again. Oh, poor old Dean Reynolds didn't get a happy start there. Down into turn 1 and 2. Now he's going to lose 1, 2, 3 and 4 positions. 3 wide. No, he's going to pick up a position right now. Morano getting shuffled back. Meanwhile, Schatzer coming after the runner-up driver, the 97. Oh, Butch Baker and Kurt Schatzer's got the bottom side. Working a treat right now. Drifts up. Barker looks to go to the inside, but Schatzer's going to protect down into turn 1. They go right through the middle of the racetrack. 5 down, 25 to run. Here at USA, Schatzer and Baker trying to run down Jeffrey Kemper in the 181 machine. Your race leader, Lawson in 4th position. Salas rounds out the top 5. Dean Reynolds back to 6th. Then you go back to Jason Butterfield in 7th. Jeffrey Barker 8th. Anthony Morano, Kelly Wheeler. Drivers rounding out the top 10. Morano to the outside on Baker as they work down the backstretch into corner number 3. Barker to the inside. Morano right through the middle of the racetrack. Oh boy, what a run on the outside. Moved Anthony Morano up to position number 8. And he may have just found something here in the early parts of this feature event. Oh, Salas into the wall. He will lose a couple of positions to Dean Reynolds and Jason Butterfield. Might even lose 3 right now because here comes Morano to the inside. Morano, Salas wheel to wheel. Salas has got back the spot. Now Reynolds trying to come after Brian Lawson down into 1 and 2. Watching on screen the 93 of Butterfield. And that's the pink, white and black number 93. The red and yellow and white Super Dirt Car Series number 5. Isaac Salas gets passed by the purple, teal and black number 32 of Anthony Morano. Meanwhile, heads up racing down into turn 1 and 2. Lawson, Reynolds, now Butterfield there to make this a 3-car battle. They bounce off for turn 2 and down the back straight. The car gets settled up. Working through turn 3 and 4. 1/3 of this feature race is in the books. 10 down and 20 to go. Jeffrey Kemper so far has led all 10 laps. And again, looking to repeat what Isaac Salas done in the 358 modifieds. Here comes Morano to the inside on Butterfield. Anthony Morano, boy, I tell you what, the 32, man, he is hot on the throttle right now. He's up to position number 6. Morano goes to 6. Salas goes to the inside of the 93 right now, down into turn 1 and 2. Morano, Butterfield, Salas, and Reynolds. In no particular order that was. But Morano now coming after Dean Reynolds through turns 3 and 4 as he tries to go to the inside. Butterfield goes to the outside. Butterfield and Salas sweep around the outside of the 32 machine. Now Kelly Wheeler right there. Look at the cars bouncing their way through that first and second turn. Salas, Butterfield. Salas has maybe just found, well, he might have just found a line to run if he can get by. He is heavily in traffic right now. Not the lap cars, but these cars are on the lead lap. Nobody a lap down on the racing surface. Bob Diggold out in 17th position. Zach Chapman, you can see back in the pit area. What about this? Reynolds, Butterfield, Salas, Morano, and Wheeler. Your 5 cars were on screen. Now they bring in the 9 machine of Brian Lawson. Oh, yellow. Anthony Morano in the 32 machine. What happened? Did he catch the opening on the back stretch? He did. And then caught the wall in turns 3 and 4. So Morano will bring home the caution for the second time tonight. So just 2 cautions so far in what has been 14 laps. Of course, we have 1 in the 358, so 3 cautions so far in your 2 main events. Let's hope that we can continue this good run going. So we wait for the lights to go out, hopefully this time as they roll past the start-finish line. Right now they're rolling through turn number 3 and 4. Again, this is the longest track we have on the iRacing.com service. Got a big night and a big week here on Ultimate Dirt TV, broadcasting live every night. Every night for the next, what is now 7 nights. Who will take out the big block modified portion of your Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder Summer Season Week number 10, presented by Coast to Coast Racing League, live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Will Kemper, well, he's a lap away from half race distance, and so far, he has certainly been the man to beat. Here we go, safety car comes in. Kemper in the field, be patient, patient. And we are underway. Green flag back out here at USA. Oh, Jason Butterfield going for a huge 50-50 grind down the front straightaway. And again, because he's at the back by himself right now, we will stay green. At the start-finish line, it is going to be halfway home. 15 down, 15 to run. Poor old Jason Butterfield. Look at him. He is 17, nearly 18. There it is, 18 and a half seconds. 19, it's getting slower. Butterfield slowing. He's got an absolutely severe bent race car with him stopping on the inside of the racetrack. I think we're about to go yellow. There it is. So Jason Butterfield will bring on the yellows. Take a look at what happened. Oh, just caught the wall himself. Okay. And then the rear end busted in that car. And sometimes it's never a good sign. So the 93 will bring it down pit side. And again, these drivers have a quick repair, so he'll get this car repaired. And it'll look like a whole brand new race car. Just not that time. So now, because he has to call for the tow, he's now got to wait a minute 45. And with that, being the longer pace laps around here, he's probably going to come back out maybe a lap down, but by the time that that car just gets around, or by the time that tow finishes, I think they're already going to be down into 3 and 4 on the green flag lap, so who knows, he might just be able to get away with this one lap down, although more than likely going to be 2 laps down once we go back to green. So speaking of going back green, lights will go out at the start-finish line, and it will be 16 down, 14 to run here at USA. Just to go through your field so far. Front row is going to be Jeffrey Kemper and Kurt Schatzer. Row 2, Butch Baker and Brian Lawson. Row 3, Dean Reynolds and Kelly Wheeler. Row 4, Isaac Sellis, Brandon Templeton. Row 5, Jeffrey Barker, Michael Vecchio. Row 6, Jeff Flaro and Randall Dixon. Row 7, Anthony Morano, Terry Landis. And that is 14 cars on the racetrack. Jason Butterfield still in the pits, still waiting for that tow to happen. Zach Chapman back in the pits. His night is done and dusted. And Bob DeGood, his night is done and dusted as well. So, past half race distance, and the lights and the safety car are in and they're out. And we go green. Green flag back out here at USA. 14 circuits to go. Who's going to come out on top? Baker 3 wide with Lawson and Reynolds 3 wide through turn number 1 and 2. Wheeler to the outside on Reynolds. Now Wheeler move him to position number 5. Meanwhile, Lawson, Baker side by side. Lawson upstairs. Baker on the low side through 3 and 4. Brian Lawson move him to 3rd, but not for long because just like that, we are yellow. And I think Baker may have just been blessed with that one with the caution coming out. So instead of going back to 5th at the start finish line because they technically did not complete the lap, they would go back to the last recorded lap, which was of course on that restart. And they're going to line them up once again. So a quick couple of back-to-back cautions here at the USA International Speedway again. Line them up. You see Jeffrey Barker back in the pit area in the 513. Again, fast repair. These drivers are able to use it. We see those drivers getting those fast repairs and they will come back out onto the racetrack, brand new race cars. And the lights should turn off on the safety car on the exit of turn number 4. In fact, once they go past the start finish line. So again, if you want to join in on the action here at the Coast to Coast Racing Network, head over to the website www.c2crl.com. Hit that apply. They have 22, and this is just off script by the way, this is not reading anything. They have 22 divisions, broadcasted 11 divisions from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Whether it's asphalt, whether it's dirt, they've got you covered. Check them out, c2crl.com. And you can just be more than the part of just the on-track experience. Coming back to green, Kemper and Schatzer. 13 to go. Is it going to be unlucky for some? Will it be lucky for some? We'll have to wait and find out. They bring a slow, steady pace, and everybody is very patient on the throttle, and that's what I love about this. No one's trying to jump out of line. Oh, jumping out of line. Wheeler jumped out of shape in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. Gets into Lacasellas. Here comes Templeton to the outside. Brandon Templeton moves to position number 7. Meanwhile, Schatzer finds himself in the runner-up position. Baker in 3rd. Then you go back to Lawson and Dean Reynolds. Reynolds looking to back up a second place finish with a top 5. But I tell you what, now here comes Templeton. Drive the inside on Salas through 1 and 2. But Salas, I think he needs to hit the switch right now. Flick the switch, turn the lights on, and we go to with 11 laps left to run. Kemper, again, he has been perfect here tonight from heat race number 1 victory all the way so far to leading all 19 laps. Oh, Salas gets the back of Brian Lawson. Yellow on the raceway. Lawson got tagged from Salas down into 1 and 2. Salas went the slider on Reynolds and just tagged the back of his teammate. And you feel for Brian Lawson right there. Lawson got hit there by Dixon as well. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Lawson, seeing as though he's at the back right now, I wouldn't be surprised to see that Super Dirt Car Series number 9 machine come down to pit road, get some running repairs on that number 9 machine. At least he's going to have a fresh car with 10 to go. See what happens. Look at this. He's already making his intentions clear on just rolling the inside of the racetrack. Does he take the left-hand turn? Yeah, there it is. Right on cue. He comes down to pit road. And now, lights are still flashing. Will we turn them off? Will we go 1 to green? No, we stay on just for the moment. Don't forget, still plenty of action on Ultimate Dirt TV. Don't forget to check out the social media pages. So it looks like we are ready for a start as the field is out of turn 2 and down the back straight away. Okay, and you can just see this field. Look at this. You've just got to wonder what is going through the minds right now of these drivers. 10 laps left to run. Safety car about to turn in. Take that left-hand turn. Still 15 cars on the racetrack. Here we go. We're back on the way in the main events. So work down through 1 and 2 one more time. It is going to be Jeffrey Kemper leading the way from Kurt Schatzer. We're 20 down. 2/3 of the race is done. Kemper, Schatzer, Baker, that's your top 3. Reynolds, Salas, Templeton, Megan, Templeton and Salas. 3 wide down into turn number 1 and 2. Salas gets caught there by the 31 car. Salas goes around, yellow out. Salas will go around, he'll go back to the pits, and in fact he will be out of the event here tonight. And just like that, done and dusted. So unfortunately for Isaac Salas, his night is done and we will not see him in victory lane. We still pace around this field, pace around this racetrack. And what is now, and what could be a single file restart inside of 10 laps left to run. Who will get the job done here tonight? Lights are out, in fact. They turned off on the back straightaway. We go back to green. 8 laps left to go. Heat race is all that separates. Heat race distance, all that separates. Jeffrey Kemper. Now Kurt Schatzer still once again in the runner-up position. Baker back there in third. Reynolds fourth. Excuse me, Templeton and Anthony Morano. Morano down to the inside looking for position number 5. Morano drifts up. No. Templeton sweeps back around the outside. Coming up, the race leader is Kurt Schatzer in the 218 machine. I gotta say, boy, Kemper has not had any sort of pressure up until right now. And can Kurt Schatzer, can he apply the pressure? He's gone on by. Schatzer's gone into the race lead. What a move by Kurt Schatzer. And Schatzer is going to lead what is lap number 24. Kemper back to second position now. I think the tyres are gone away from the 181 machine. Reynolds closing in on Baker down. Oh no, Reynolds caught the wall. Can he save it? Yes, he can. Tries to turn it underneath Morano, but gets into the back of Morano. So Reynolds goes from 4th to 7th, losing 3 positions. Templeton, Baker might have something for Jeffrey Kemper here in the final 5 laps. Can Kemper hang on to a top? Can he hang on to a podium? Can Reynolds? Can he get back up inside the top 5? I don't think so. He needs a miracle to happen right now. Templeton and Morano. Morano's got 4th at the line. Templeton catches the grass down into turn number 1. Here comes Kelly Wheeler looking to the outside. Not going to happen. 3.5 to go. Morano looks to be one of the quickest cars on the racetrack at the moment. Although Kurt Schatzer now going to lead with 3 laps left to run. Morano dies it down low. Baker to the middle of the racetrack. Morano inside. What a race. Templeton now to the outside of Morano. Look at this, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Oh, Templeton catches the back of Baker. Baker, he half-spun the car. Morano had to check up. Templeton moves to 3rd. Wheeler jumps to 4th. And just as we were getting the 2 to go signal, oh, look out, Templeton into the wall not once but twice. The yellow is going to come out. And that is going to leave us, ladies and gentlemen, with a green-white checker. A green-white checker. What a finish this is going to be. Can Schatzer, can he hold on? Remember, he got to the race lead with about 6 to run. What a move to the inside we've seen from Kurt Schatzer to get into the race lead. And now time will tell. Lights should be going out this time by. Lights are out. Two laps left to run. Who will it be? Who is going to find themselves in the victory lane here at USA? Oh, green flag is up. Green-white checker for Kurt Schatzer, Jeffrey Kemper and Butch Baker. That's your top 3 momentarily, but here comes Morano looking for a run on the 97 car down out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Penultimate time through turn number 3 and turn number 4. White flag is out. 1 lap left to go. We racing out to the start-finish line. The white flag has been displayed. Schatzer has now got 3/4 of a mile to go. 4 turns. He's navigated his way through 1 and 2. Morano to the outside of Baker, mind you. Into turn number 3. Off at turn number 4. The race for the minor placings right now. Kemper, Morano, Baker. What a battle this is off turn number 4. Schatzer's going to win. Schatzer will win here in the main event. Second will go to Jeffrey Kemper. Third at the line. We take a look at the results. Schatzer gets the win. Jeffrey Kemper second. Anthony Morano third, followed by Butch Baker fourth. Brandon Templeton rounds out your top 5. 6th will go to Kelly Wheeler, Dean Reynolds. 7th, 8th is Jeff Floro, Brian Lawson. 9th, Michael Vecchio rounds out the top 10. Randall Dixon home in 11th. Jason Butterfield 12th. Jeffrey Barker, Terry Landis, Isaac Salas, Zach Chapman and Bob DeGood were the 17 drivers, with Patrick Spangler not making it in tonight's main event, not starting. What a way to finish up what has been a wonderful night here. But, of course, we've still got post-race coverage here in just a few moments' time. We wait for your podium cars to come and get out of the virtual cockpits of the race cars. And we will chat to your top 3 in Kurt Schatzer, Jeffrey Kemper, and Anthony Morano. Well, we'll do it a little different right now. We'll chat to your winner, who is already out of the car, but getting the win, leading the last 6 laps. It's the 218 machine of Kurt Schatzer. Kurt, congratulations on this victory. And boy, I tell you what, you left your run a little bit late there in the end, but man, once you got to that bottom side in 3 and 4 to take over the race lead, man, that was all she wrote. There was nothing that was going to stop you from coming to victory lane.
Yeah, Brent, I was happy with that one. I was just trying to stay as close as to Jeff as I could there, and hoping that he might have made a mistake. And yeah, he just slid up off of 3 and 4 just a little bit, and it allowed me to just sneak on by there and take the win.
Couple of cautions late in that one. How were the nerves for you, especially on those restarts, knowing that, well, you had a hungry pack of drivers behind you that wanted to get the win as long as yourself?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Them the double file restarts with me on the outside, and Jeff being able to start the race there. I was really worried I was going to spin my tires and allow third place to get by me there, but I was lucky to be able to hang with them and bide my time and be right there at the end.
Kurt, congratulations on the victory here tonight. Before we let you go, of course, we'll give you an opportunity to thank everybody involved in this 218 machine that helps you get here to victory lane each and every week.
Yeah, I got to thank Jay with Dirt Track Bank and everything they do to help racers all around the country in different racing series. Got Your Six Racing Network, the boys on the Hammer Down Racing, Brandon Templeton, Brian Dickens, and Joe Halter. And then you guys for coming out and doing the broadcast for us each and every week. We all loved watching it back. And yeah, everybody watching at home, and Roger Coast to Coast giving us a place to race.
Kurt, well done on the win. We'll see you back next week at Cedar Lake Speedway for the second last round of the season.
Thank you, sir.
Kurt Schatzer getting the job done here tonight. Boy, this guy was so close to a victory, but just letting it slip in turn number 3 and 4. Home in second place tonight, driving the 181 machine. That is Jeffrey Kemper. Jeffrey, congratulations on the second place finish here tonight. Boy, you done everything but just one little mistake in 3 and 4, and it cost you a main event victory, but you'll have to settle for second place here tonight at USA.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with my run. Started out front, so that helped quite a bit. You know, some of those cautions helped tick off some of the laps and make it a little bit easier for me. But yeah, on 3 and 4 there, I just pushed up a little bit too much, and Kurt had that bottom line figured out pretty good. I had Zach up in my ear telling me, you know, he's only gaining about a half a tenth. But then as the lap started going on, he was definitely getting a lot faster than me down there.
Do you think you sort of pushed a little too hard too early on with the tyre wear, especially at a bigger racetrack like this?
Yeah, I was trying to take it pretty easy, but I was probably spending them a little bit too much, I imagine. I didn't even check my wear when I was done to see where it was at, but I probably could have saved a little bit more to have more at the end.
Man, couple of cautions late towards the end of that one. What was going through your mind, especially on that final one with what was going to be a green-white checker there run to the end there?
I was just hoping that Kurt was going to drift up, on the exit of the corner, and I was hoping that I'd be able to get down to the inside and get a little bit of a run on him. But it was so rough and bumpy down there that I just couldn't get the traction going to get any drive off of the corner to make anything happen.
Well, Jeff, second place here tonight in the Big Block Modifieds here at USA International Speedway. Before we let you go, of course, let us sponsor this race car. No doubt a whole lot of people behind the scenes, an opportunity to thank everybody involved in this 181 machine.
Yeah, I got to thank my team, Gambler Motorsports, Zach Chapman for being there helping me out, Link Gear Company, Aiden Young and Young Gun Creations, Roger Craig, and everything Coast to Coast does, putting all this on. I got to thank you, Brett, UDTV, for what you do, and family and girlfriend.
Jeffrey Kemper home in second spot, home in third place to wrap up this podium run here tonight. It is going to be the 32 car of Anthony Morano. Anthony, congratulations on the third place finish here tonight. And boy, I tell you what, I feel like you've passed a few cars tonight. You started 10th in this one and you come home third at the end of this one. You got to be happy with that one.
Yeah, definitely messed myself up clipping the wall there earlier, like halfway, I think, and managed to get back up through the field somehow or another. Missed a lot of messes, and that was pretty much the main thing. Just keep the nose as clean as possible.
But with these longer straights, how tough is it to not only get around you in the turns, but also to keep the car nice and straight to where you're not going to get loose and spin those tires and really have the tire wear just sort of rub off very quickly?
Yeah, I use a lot of brake here to try to keep the car straight, but 1 and 2, the entrance especially to 1 was just, the cars were just pushing so bad. I know I had it, a few of my teammates had it, and you can just see it on the track. But that's part of it. You just got to figure out what you got to do and adjust the entrance and be patient with the throttle, especially on the straightaway. You're bouncing around like you're on a Baja track or something.
And this is certainly a tough racetrack to get around in any sort of cars, but to do it in the Big Block Modifieds, you've done well, especially to come from 10th and then even then towards the back end of that race to come from the back of the field to pass quite a few more cars to get up to third place. Anthony, congratulations on the third place run here tonight before we let you go and celebrate the podium. A lot of people, a lot of sponsors on this race car, an opportunity to thank everybody involved in this 32 machine.
My wife, Sherry, Dean Reynolds at Super Dirt Car, Hi Mom Lens, JT Screen Printing, Big Mike Gaming, my teammates, Kelly, Logan, and Randy, you for doing the broadcast, and everyone here at C2C.
Anthony, well done on third. We'll see you back next week at Cedar Lake.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Anthony Morano home in third place. And well, that wraps up what is the dirt side of things. We're bringing Travis Piercefield, who will take over the broadcast for the NASCAR Next Gen Cup cars. Travis, welcome, and where are you off to tonight?
So tonight, the We Let the Dogs Out for You NASCAR Next Gen Series is at the Oval at Indianapolis. So over the weekend, we saw the Next Gen Series on the road course at Indianapolis, but we're going old school here tonight with the Next Gen Series. 4 corners around the historic Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
So last week, Michigan, did you have a look at the Turn 2 elephant trees, or was it just me?
No, I definitely saw it. I noticed it now, and so now you've broken the turn for me at Michigan. Now that's all I'll notice from here until the end, and or until it becomes famous and they change it on us.
Yeah, no, look, I'm not sorry about that, but hey, look, tell you what, guys, we're going to take a quick break here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Don't forget, Travis Piercefield will have the NASCAR Next Gen Cup Series in about 10-15 minutes time about that one, but we'll step aside. But for Ultimate Dirt TV, we'll see you next week for the second last week at the Cedar Lake Speedway. And stick around, more Coast to Coast Racing League here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.